Kenny Rogers or Martha Washington?
I guess Martha Washington. I think you look like fucking Mozart, dog.
Okay.
Or maybe Beethoven or one of them. You look like an oil painting.
Yeah.
Of a wild. It doesn't. Is that supposed to be your like magistrate's wig?
No.
Okay, I was about to say because I'm not getting that from it.
No, that's in the mail. That's on its way. This was supposed. I'll give you 5 guesses, and in those guesses, no, it's something really, really important to me. It's one of my favorite things that this is related to.
One of his favorite things that involves silver hair or something.
You ain't never gonna get
it though.
You ain't never gonna get women. This is supposed to be fucking Luke Skywalker.
What?
I know. It's supposed to be Luke Skywalker. And for the record, for the record, I'm happy with what has happened.
Yeah.
Because this is actually going to really hit for me in my Poldark videos. But it was supposed to be Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, no, you're right. I never in a million.
You look
years
like the last Jed.
But anyways, I just wanted y'all's opinion because I just pulled it out.
All right.
You drinking?
Me?
I was asking Trey because he was hitting a jewel. I didn't know if you jeweled when you weren't drinking.
Yeah, not nearly as much, but yeah, some. I do. No, I'm not drinking.
Bobby
I did just dirt. Any kind of like.
That counts.
Okay, I was about to say any kind of, hitting at all.
Yeah.
I pick the jewel up. It ain't just drinking. Drinking, it makes it heavier than anything else, but any kind of head change makes me reach for the jewel. So I just dirted. So that's probably what it is.
This past Saturday was the first time I've ever drank where my body was 100% detoxed from nicotine completely. And I didn't even get the urge. It was very weird.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't even imagine.
I know. I mean, even in bouts where I'd quit smoking a little bit, if I went back to drinking, boom, there it goes. But
yeah, that's what I was about to say. That was always that's always what got me in trying to quit smoking. But I mean, you know how since I've successfully quit cigarettes and just moved to this,
who cares?
I don't even care.
Right.
Like I don't even feel bad about this. I don't give a shit.
Right. I mean, do your thing.
All right. Well, whatever. We can start whenever.
Yeah.
Bring Tushar in here in about 15 minutes or something.
All right. It is March 1994, and the second single from what's got to be one of the seminal 90s country records.
One of the seminal, at least.
Mm-hmm, for sure. By Tim McGraw. The name of the album is Not a Moment Too Soon, and today we are discussing Don't Take the Girl at the suggestion of the Cho. So, Cho, I'm going to let you get started.
Man, so I'm going to give you a couple feelings that I had just when listening to this song for the first time. Now, I'll admit I'm real high, and I started listening to this song, and I don't know about
y'all. For the first time. I'm sorry.
You did what?
You said I'll tell you what I felt when I listened to this song for the first time.
The first time.
Okay, all right.
For this podcast.
I didn't know if you were taking it. I didn't know if you were taking us back to childhood. Childhood.
I don't remember being 7 and hearing this I mean, I know that I heard it a lot back then.
Right. I thought that's where this was going, and I was like, wow, this is about to get wild. Then you said you was high, and I was like, I don't even know what this is about to be.
No,
go ahead.
When I was 7, this song was fairly ubiquitous for several years.
Absolutely. I've got a relevant story about that.
Okay, yeah, because it just kind of was always on. Yeah. And because of that, when a song is like that, even if you grow up with it, you kind of take it for granted and you don't pay much attention to it because it's just it's always been a thing. Listening to it now as an adult for the purposes of this and also being high, I'm damn near a Christian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I really I guess this is a testament to how good the song is, but I don't know. I don't have kids and I've never thought about missing Amber if she died, but
that
like
way.
I've never thought,
So-
like, I know I love her, I married her, but like I married her in like a very 2000s kind of way, like, hey, we're all here. But like, listen to this song, man, like what a fucking emotional ride this song took me on.
I know exactly what you mean, except it wasn't so recent for me, and I do have kids and shit. So like you said, we talked about this briefly on the wellRED podcast recently, but then I got a phone call and had to cut out in the middle of it. But about that whole thing of like ubiquitous songs when you're a kid, you kind of take them for granted. You don't even really think about. And I was talking about Jules' song, You Were Meant for Me, in that moment, because like it was ubiquitous, so much so that I know every word of it to this day because it was on all the time. But I never thought about it. And it came on a shuffled 90s playlist while I was like cooking dinner a couple weeks ago. And I about broke down in the goddamn kitchen. I was like, this song is fucking devastating. But that's a different podcast. But it really is, though. That
shit,
song,
you go write one in a van.
That song fucking rules. Anyway,
it does.
So I know exactly what you mean. And I did that with this song with Don't Take the Girl by Tim McGraw as well, but years ago. So like you said, ubiquitous, we were kids. I do remember being 7 and with this song, because I lived at Southern Oaks. It's sort of like the projects in Salina, poor people housing in Salina. Lived there with my mom and lived at the house with my dad. And at Southern Oaks, there's a group of little trailer babies there all around the same age, 5 to 9 or 10. And
we've decided you can say trailer babies, right?
I don't give a fuck. You goddamn right, I'm gonna say trailer baby.
I just wanted this.
Yes. People have tried to tell me before that that's a hateful word and I shouldn't use it.
And it is if I say it.
They could kiss my fucking ass. Right. I am a trailer baby. I'll say trailer baby all the fuck I want to. Anyway, it was a group of
my best friend's a trailer baby. So.
Me too. I've got friends that are trailer babies. But I too am a trailer baby. So yeah, I can say it. Anyways, a group of us trailer babies, age like 5 to 8 or 9 or so, something like that. We used to do a little karaoke club type thing in the backyard with like a little boom box, like a small little CD player boom box thing.
Yeah.
With like popular country song, like take our mama's CDs out there and put them in and like sing along to these country songs and
brush all the dust off of them.
The only one that the dust. Yes. The only one that I remember is this one, but this one was super popular. A group of little poor white trash kids in Salina, Tennessee, just singing this song badly multiple times a day for a very long time, and other songs too. But anyway, so yeah, ubiquitous. No, always remembered it. Could have sung every word at the drop of a hat my entire life, but didn't really listen to it for a very long time. And then a few years ago, I don't even remember how, it came back up, probably same way as Jewel, came up on a 90s country playlist on Shuffle or something. But it came back up and I heard it while drinking.
Ooh.
As a married man with 2 kids who were like babies or whatever at the time. And it fucking leveled me. Like, I mean, leveled me. I'm pretty sure I cried.
Yeah.
I started, when they were real little, I used to sing like lullabies to the boys, but just like songs that hit or whatever. I didn't put that much thought into them, but this got in the rotation. I would sing this to the boys at night after I listened to it again for a while, because like, yeah, it just like when you said, I'm about a damn Christian now. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like the part then where he prays to God. I don't pray to God. Fuck praying.
Right.
I listen to this song.
But I got it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it hit me right here. And yeah, this song is
actually
heavy.
It literally reminded me, it doesn't have anything to do with this song, but that emotion reminded me of the last time that I actually prayed to God like that. Yeah. And it was in a similar situation. It was my dad dying of a heart attack.
Yeah. Right.
And it was in one of those moments where like, it's like I hate the phrase, there's no atheist in a foxhole. I hate it, but I understand the phrase, because when you're in that moment, like, if a dude has a fucking gun on your girl, you don't believe in anything and you believe in everything. You know what I mean? It's just so it kind of reliving that through that. It's a very powerful song.
Well, having said all that, last thing I'll say, that send it back to you, Drew, but for the show, having said all of that, this is very, very much a departure for Bubba Shot the Podcast.
That's why I wanted to do it.
You said that yourself. So that's the end of it? You just want to be like, hey, let's shift gears and try a different type of thing out, because this is very, very different tonally than the other ones we've covered so far.
There's part of me that's like, that was like, well, why would you want to not go have fun and talk about fun songs? But at the same time, I did think, I was like, let's switch it up. I know that there's a lot to cover here, and this song it's a deeper story than what most critics would think for country music at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually, it's got a lot of heart to it. It's sad. I just thought it would be nice. I thought we'd hit talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was never my intention to not have sweet songs or not have deeper songs on here. I didn't think Tim McGraw would be our first one. Well, I want to read what the songwriter wrote, but let me offer a little bit of, I think we've been in agreement about every song every time. I'm gonna be honest, the re-listening on this one for me, it didn't do it for me that like the way you guys were describing. And I thought of this.
You've never loved.
Well, I mean, that's funny, but
you didn't sound like it coming from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drew's like, listen, Andy's fine, guys.
Yeah, Andy's fine.
Y'all know that I think Andy's fine.
You guys know
we
that.
all know that, right? She's fine.
Well, that's what's confusing about y'all loving it. Y'all know he's talking about a woman, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because you start talking about your kids. I just
the mother of my children.
Well, that part was a joke. What I was gonna say,
but here's the deal, Drew. He's also not talking about Amber. You know what I mean? I can get there.
Well, what I was going to say, though,
I believe that there's a sweet woman out there worth defending at a movie theater. I know I'm not married to her, but I know she exists.
Can I take it a little deeper for you, Drew, real quick? Because I don't know if y'all know this, and obviously everything worked out fine, but both times with both boys, there were complications in the delivery room for Katie and the boy, Bishop and Benton, both times. Their heartbeat slowed way down and shit, and it was like, it ended up fine, but it was extremely fucking terrifying. And so I just got a whole
crazy.
Worked out totally fine. Everything's more than good, but that's another element for me, I guess. I just this song hits me right here.
Well, what I was going to say is there. One of the ideas that led to this podcast, or one of the events, was when we were all crying over a Jamie Johnson song at the same time in a car separately without realizing it.
Yeah.
And so like, that's it. Crying at a song. If y'all trying to tell me I don't cry at songs, I'll cry right now.
That's true.
I'll write a song about y'all saying that and cry. But for me, with this one, I remember even being younger and like asking my dad, like, so his friends' name are Jimmy Johnson and Tommy Thompson? Like,
the alliteration was
sense. It was just very on the nose, in my opinion.
It's saccharine. It's what are the other words for that? Cloying, is that a word? It's it's a bit much for sure. If I heard this song when I was older for the first time,
I'd probably think the same thing.
Yeah. But we've talked before, the power of it. I liked it as a kid without
knowing,
getting all that.
Me too. Yeah.
But I did like it.
Yeah.
And then coming back to it later with all that other shit I've already talked about and re-listening to it, and it just floored me.
The first part where they're excluding the girl hit.
Right. Yeah, that's where Corey was crying. God damn. Tell her she can't go fishing. All right, before we bring Too Short in, I want to tell y'all one thing, get y'all to react to it without him, and then we'll bring in the Indian Outlaw on the first song we've done from the album Indian Outlaw is on. I want y'all to hear what the songwriter said. One of them's name is Craig Martin, and he says in the video in 2017 that he'd come home one day, he'd been recording, and he was sitting on the couch, and she said she was going to make him a homemade pizza. And so he's sitting there playing his guitar, like, and things ain't good. He thinks he's fixing to lose his recording deal. He ain't had a hit. They're living in a 1-bedroom apartment. And he looks over there, and she said she's going to make him a homemade pizza, and she's getting one out of a box. And he's kind of laughing at her in his head, like she thinks that's homemade. But, it's the thought that count. And he said he had there he really looked at her through the window and just thinking about how much he loved her. And I was kind of talking under my breath to God, and I thought, you can take this record deal or the publishing deal, all my stuff, just don't take her. Don't take the girl. And that's his story, and that's really sweet. And then he goes, and we end up staying together for 17 years. I mean, I did have one terrible brain cramp one time, and I messed up. But other than that, it was really good.
I mean, when you get a #1 record, you say what you and your wiener will do.
Don't take the girl. Leave her there. But
when that Grammy takes your dick out on a date, see what happens.
Let's bring in the Indian Outlaw.
Give
Oh, Tushar, how about it, buddy?
Oh my God.
Plug your mess in, and we'll keep talking while you do that. He's probably not even there. He probably went to the
is he
bathroom.
here? Because I don't.
He's here.
Area. Okay.
What's up?
Hey, buddy. Oh, looking good with the Van Dyke.
Merci.
Yeah.
What's up,
you look like you'd be on the a coffee bag.
That's a different kind of brown, generally, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I can see it.
I actually didn't mean it like that at all. It's kind of the hipster element because he's, and I'm real. It was the hipster element, but I'm so glad I said it.
Now, racist Burger King, the double down.
Yeah, right. He would be standing by a donkey with a sack of beans over its back.
Jesus Christ.
I meant the hipster thing, but I get,
Wrong
but I
type
get
of
it
brown.
now.
Yeah. You mean his glasses and his facial hair and his hat. No,
okay.
And his flannel, really.
I'm saying.
I would say when comedy starts back up, I know what my merch is. It's going to be bags of coffee.
Well, it's funny too because you do look very like handsome hipstery, but he didn't say working in a coffee shop. He said standing by a coffee bag.
No, he said on a coffee bag.
I said on a coffee bag.
The mascot. Tushar would be the mascot for the coffee.
Coffee's
company.
very hipster, and also he's brown. It works two ways. Yes. I only meant it the one way, but it damn sure worked both ways. Who
was the guy? There was a mascot for
who was very racist. I remember Pancho.
Yeah, you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, the Colombian guy.
By a donkey, wasn't he? Like
yeah, the Colombian guy. He'd ride it. He'd hold a donkey.
Juan Valdez.
Okay.
Juan Valdez.
It was.
That I just
hey, my people's coffee is real good.
Yeah.
You know, Indian
Mexican
coffee.
Now. All right.
I just want to make sure everybody knew I was referencing like an actual thing when I brought in the donkey and made it even more racist is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, it was Juan Valdez. Yeah, him and that donkey. They drew him. I like the cartoons.
Don't that kind of look like Tushar in that cartoon? Like,
I mean, it honestly looks more like Curly Bill.
Maybe we're looking at a different cartoon.
Well, his face is white in the cartoon. Like, look.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at. You can't really say that, but
yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. That's a compliment. I'll take it.
Look, man. I thought you looked nice.
Yeah, right so there. Replace the donkey with an elephant.
And obviously. Yes, goes without saying.
A few edits. Just a few edits.
Yes. Few small edits.
God.
Well, okay. Here
Lord
we are.
Of mercy.
I can't get my Zoom to come back up so I can stop my screen share. There it is.
Oh, man.
God.
Tushar, what's up, buddy? Welcome to our
buddy?
country music podcast where we're trying to undo stereotypes about our people.
Okay, well, I should be helpful in that regard.
Right.
I
have a prediction that this is the first one Tushar hates.
Yeah, me too.
I think so too.
I agree with your prediction. Let's find out if we're right. Tushar.
You hate it?
Think about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I hate it, but it has been my least favorite one so far.
Because it's not.
It's interesting.
Yeah. You've never heard this one either? Like all the songs we listen to, you've never heard them before, right?
Never ever before.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably kind of disappointed in us, weren't you? The rest of them have been real silly and fun and out there and whatnot.
Yeah, my bad.
He's like, God damn it, these honkies trying to make me cry.
No. No,
still here crying in my coffee.
I think your goal is, I'd imagine, is to have like a well-rounded sample of country music, and this is
every white guy.
Feels like it touches a part that none of the other songs even attempts to do, which is cool. I like that. It came off when I first started listening to it. I thought it was going to be one of those like. For some reason, I'm always making this parallel to rap music or R&B with this music because I'm racist. And I'm like, oh, white people, what's the black equivalent? And this guy reminded me of like Genuine almost, like his like almost sexy.
Tim McGraw has been called the Genuine of country music.
Country music, yes.
That's his Indian name. He wrote Indian Outlaw, or he didn't write it. He's who put out Indian Outlaw, by the way, your theme song. It's the same album.
Same guy, same album, yeah.
But I think the R&B thing also probably comes a little bit, man, from the music itself. That's a legitimate comparison to certain aspects of country music.
Well, there's more violin in this one.
Mm-hmm. There's also the fact that both Tim McGraw and Genuine known for getting in jeans, but
absolutely.
Yes. In their jeans.
Getting in their jeans. Yes. Tim McGraw and Genuine have that in common. Tim McGraw's got another song called I Like It, I Love It. That's kind of like the Pony of 90s country. I would say.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. Like obviously nothing compares to Pony, but
that song really hits.
It was going for the same type of thing, I think,
Yeah.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Yeah. The Christian version.
Talking about that ass. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I liked the song in terms of like what it gets into. It gets a little, like I'm obviously looking at it for a comic purpose, but it's like a little like Amber Alerty. It gets a little weird off the bat, where it's like, what is happening? Like
they're going fishing with a bunch of kids.
They're going fishing with a bunch of kids, and he wants to keep one of them. There's a moment of like, what are you even talking about? What do you mean keep her?
So
what does that even mean?
It's funny. I totally know what you're saying, because like nowadays, for sure, if a dude in rural Tennessee is taking his son on a fishing trip and the neighbor girl walks up with a fishing pole,
yeah, and shit's not up for debate.
And the dude just keep goes, her. and the dude just goes, get in the truck, honey, and just takes her and leaves and doesn't talk to anybody and just goes to the lake all day or whatever. It comes back. Like, yeah, that's a problem. But like
a crime,
not a crime, absolutely. But in 1994, maybe don't seem that long ago. Then. This was like nothing about that was even a little bit weird, in my opinion, back then. It was almost like the dad feels like he's going to be an asshole if he doesn't take the little neighbor girl on the fishing trip.
Yeah, and also, nobody said keep her.
Also, there's maybe some subtext that's missing. Like, they knew, like, it could be understood that, like, the neighbor knew that they were sending their daughter down there. It was an arranged thing, and little Johnny is just now finding out for the first time.
That's true. That too, yes.
I've definitely always interpreted that way. But either way, the phrase keep her does not. He said we can't leave her behind. I know you don't want her to go, but someday you'll change your mind. Too Short. Do you just think every time a white man is like looking to take a little girl anywhere, it's kidnapping?
It's a little bit.
That might be a city thing. You know what I mean?
I think that's a city thing.
Yeah, I think it is. I think that's a city thing. I can see if you grew up in a city, the idea that a girl could just show up and go with you and your dad somewhere without a phone call being made is fucking weird. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I agree. But it wasn't. I think even in our hometowns in 2021, it's probably weird
out
now.
Where my sister lives on Old Bethel. I guarantee you, there's a stray girl walking around with a goddamn fishing pole right now, and like if she just, you know what I mean? Like that's just happening. No, and somebody will pick her up.
Yeah, we used to, Too Sharp, before you got on here, I was talking about living in basically the projects of my hometown with my mom and all us trailer babies playing together. And we were like, I was like 7 or something. And every morning we'd all just leave and we'd just go do whatever.
We did too.
All day long until sundown. No phone. No one ever checked. Nobody
cared.
No one had a clue where we were or
they hoped we didn't come back.
And we would come back 10 plus hours later as like 7 and
malnourished.
It's the ultimate
so thirsty.
Care.
Yeah, right.
So thirsty.
Yeah. So
all I've had is
it's nature.
Dude,
drinking that creek water.
I remember my aunts, because my aunts was my neighbors. All my neighbors were aunts and uncles being mad at me that I was thirsty. And even at 8 being like, that's a fucked up thing to be mad at me about, Aunt Lisa.
Yeah.
Stop coming in the house. I need water, bitch. It's 88 outside.
They really for real did just think us getting water was dumb as shit.
Yes.
It's so
They're trying to watch their stories. And then you keep having to get water.
Dude, literally, like, I know this is off subject as fuck, but like literally it took a kid in Texas dying of a heat stroke on the football field before our coaches would be like, all right.
I remember that kid dying.
Yeah.
Because I was in high school.
And coaches were mad as fuck.
Like, second string in, I guess.
They were like, fine. I remember Coach McElhaney, who I love, but he had to give some sort of speech that was just like, well, now because of all this,
well,
we now have to give you guys the option to get water if you get thirsty. And they thought we were just gonna like take advantage of it. And like, I mean, I went to get water but you know what? I needed to go get water that whole time.
Dude, I swear to God, I'm not making this up. After that same kid died that you're talking about, and it was a big thing, we showed up to practice that day, and our coach came out there and he's like, well, boys, y'all just turn around and go home. It's too hot to practice football. Guess that's how it works now, ain't it? Can't practice football when it's hot no more. And he's like, I'm just kidding. That ain't how we do things around here. You'll get water. You'll get some damn water, but we're going to have practice. It's like
and then y'all went out and lost.
It was the beginning of the PC police movement right there. This is bullshit.
And then how bad did y'all get y'all's ass whipped that Friday?
Oh, so bad.
Because of the water. That's why, you pussy.
Yeah, making us pussies drinking all that water.
Well,
anyway.
Did your coach shift to like 2 years later? Because that happened. I was probably a freshman, and our coach was like, yeah, God damn it, guess you got to have water. And by my senior year, he totally was acting like we was the ones that wouldn't drink water. And now that was his problem. I can't. You boys need to drink. I've been telling y'all to drink your damn water. It's like, you've been telling us to drink the water for a year.
Right. No, that wasn't us. They never cared about water.
That actually carried over into the NFL, where like people are just dying of brain damage, and they're like, next season, big trades.
Oh, dude, buddy, I think the water conversation was bad.
I was about to say, dude, yes, that was another thing, man, with high school football back then. The coach literally used to, when we do drills,
lead with your head.
He'd be like, we ain't ending this goddamn drill until somebody lays some fucking lumber out here, goddamn. Like literally until
they wanted somebody unconscious
until two children fucking rammed their skulls into each other so hard that one of them's ears bled.
Yeah,
the rest practice was not over.
And y'all are like, what's wrong with Drew? Why has he got so many issues?
No, we know.
Yeah,
no, I know exactly why.
They switched me to defense in college, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, this is fucked up.
Your brain is mush, boy.
Oh, it's mush.
Okay.
All right, well, speaking of mush brain, I guess we should get back.
All right, so back to the song. So this is what I liked and I thought was really sad about it. It was like the journey of a woman or girl through life through the eyes of a boy and a man, and he loved her the whole time. So it was like almost like a beautiful, I'm sure you guys already talked about that stuff.
No.
But like it was almost romantic from a general male perspective. You run into these like creatures, and then you fall in love with them, and then they die in this like horrible ending, and you're just like, what the fuck? How do you make a song about that? It's kind of tough to pull. Let's just say it's tough to pull off, although I didn't love it.
So, okay, I want to come back to a couple things you said. First one is, no, just so you know, no, we haven't talked, really all we talked about was our varying opinions on the song. Me and Cho both said revisiting it as adults, it got us right in the feels and just devastated us with its beauty and sadness, Tushar. And Drew said, yeah, it didn't hit for me when he circled back to it. But
I just thought it was a little cheesy.
It is definitely. And I said, if I heard it for the first time as an adult, yes, it's saccharine, cloying, cheesy as hell, all that shit for sure. But having the nostalgia factor too, I just really like this song. But from a songwriting perspective, it also does that thing. So the song's called Don't Take the Girl. First verse is about an 8-year-old boy meets an 8-year-old girl, and he tells his dad, don't take her with us. This is our fishing trip. Don't take the girl, as in, I don't want her to go. Right. And then the second one, they're 18, they're high school sweethearts. A mugger attacks them. And this time he said,
a dramatic life.
Yeah. And this time he says, he's saying to the robber, the assailant, he's saying, take my car, take my wallet, take my watch, take whatever you want. Just don't take the girl. And then at the end, they're 25 having their first child. She starts to have issues with it. And he prays to God and he says, take my breath, take the heart from my chest, just take me, do whatever, Lord, but don't take the girl, meaning don't let her die. I dig that, like, you know, I'm sure there's a name for that in songwriting where it's the same phrase, but like
different meanings
reapplied, every time.
In battle rap, they call that the flip. But it's a very different thing.
Well, there you go.
And you're supposed to do it to the other guy.
That shit.
It's when you do it to the other guy and you take his
color do that
and do it.
Mm-hmm. And then the second thing you said too, Char, you were like, it has this super sad ending. Do y'all? I think this is one of those like sort of like the ending of Inception type endings. I think.
Or the video,
you decide.
Have you seen the video?
I definitely have seen it, but I don't remember it. And
the director of the video, as I recall, chose that she lived.
Okay.
Oh, really? Do you think that makes it canon? Like, is that official?
Man,
because the songwriters don't have anything to do with that,
right? Especially when they're not there. Like Tim McGraw didn't write it. It would be one thing if Tim McGraw had written the song and then he was there on set and obviously had some, but he didn't.
Hey,
that's
what do you
now that's from memory. Let me make sure.
Now, for the record, like,
hold on, wait, too sharp. What'd you say?
Well, you said, is that in canon? What is that? I've not haven't.
Corey said that. CANON, not like a cannon you fire, but like.
But what does that mean?
Like a story, the official canonical version would be like in Star Wars. So like in Star Wars, I watched Star Wars Rebels, which is a good show, but none of that stuff can happen in that's not actually true to the actual story. The canon, like the Star Wars canon, is official. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, the official record of the thing is the canon
of the lyrics.
I've never known something that Tushar didn't know. This is the first time that's ever happened.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
He thought it was a printer we were talking about. Like, you guys talking about the Canon M5700. It's a good model. Has some problems out of it.
For the record, I choose to believe that because of the genre this song is in, that the writer's like, I want people to think she lived, you know, like I want it to have a happy ending, but I sometimes like to think she's dead.
No, dude, she's dead. I'll take the negative end.
The music video does not make it clear. I was wrong. My little 8-year-old mind needed it to be that, but or 10.
It's funny because I think that as a kid, I mean, maybe I'm misremembering. But I feel like I took it for granted that she was dead. But now as an adult, I'm saying I think it was definitely intentionally vague, like, you know, choose your own ending type of,
right.
You know, the answer is up to the listener type of thing.
It's still not 100% clear, but I think this music video killed her.
The adult in me is like, well, she died because there's no God. Like, that's how that would go.
Yeah, also, like, fuck this story. Come on, make it.
Well, yeah, definitely. Yeah, right. What for sure didn't happen was God killed him and saved her life. He can't do that.
That would have been wow.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
God just showed up. Okay, motherfucker.
All right. You could have asked for it in a way different way.
Yeah.
You know, like while we're wishing for stuff, maybe you get to live too, but that's not what you said. So,
right.
Look,
deal's
a deal, motherfucker.
I make the rules.
Hey, but at least the Celtics are going to win this year, right? Awesome.
Did you
also, just so you know, I just made that baby gay in there. All right.
and when he grows up and dies, he has to go to hell for that. Also, I did that.
But that's where you'll be already.
Yeah. So that's fun.
Oh, anyway, country music. I like it.
Yeah. That's my God. That's my version of God right there. That one checks out to me.
Did you guys know that Blanco Brown?
That means white brown.
White brown. Yeah.
White brown.
Brown. Well, his first single, The Get Up, was released in April and has over 50 million. He is a black country music singer who mixes it with R&B. So he might call himself White Brown on purpose. He remade the song. Do y'all want to do a blind react to it?
Yes. Hold on. He's into R&B, and Tushar called Tim McGraw genuine. That's amazing.
Dude, I thought this was okay. Before you play that, yes, I do want to do this. But a couple things real quick. That we said Blanco Brown. I was like, okay, this is one of the other songwriters from that sounded to me like a 90s country songwriter, like definitely a white dude whose name was White Brown for for some reason. I'm way more excited about what actually Blanco Brown is. The second thing I was going to say, y'all remember it was absolutely a thing in this era for R&B and country to share love songs.
Yeah,
absolutely.
NSYNC and Brooks and Dunn did it.
Brian
Boys
McKnight.
to Men, dude. Every Boys
God
to
must
Men
have
hit
spent a little more time on you.
That Brian McKnight one, and the guy wrote it and dedicated it to his dead wife. God, what was that? Brian McKnight?
Brian McKnight Power.
Jesus Christ.
Anytime or Back at One of those two.
No, it was a lot darker than that. When you think about a dead wife.
Y'all remember All for One?
Oh, yeah. And John Michael.
Oh, yeah.
Group. Yeah. They had one. What was it? I Swear, right?
Yeah. I swear by the stars and the sun. I don't know why I'm doing the Aziz version.
That was the R&B/country song. The one show set. There was a bunch of them. It was like a thing. So
God must have spent a little more time on you. Yeah. Alabama and NSYNC.
Yeah, you said that's the one I was talking about that you said earlier.
The one I'm thinking
high.
of, I guess, is Back at One.
And I'm high.
Yeah, Back at One, son. That was my jam. The Brian.
Yeah, dude, that song still hits.
I guess it wasn't Brian McKnight. What was that country? Al, go ahead.
I'm just saying when Brian McKnight goes up like 2 whole octaves there at the end, that really hits for me.
Yeah. Dude, that song rules. I fucking love that song. There was a huge Boys to Men one too. I know there was. At least I thought. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. I'll Make Love to You. Remember that song? I'll Make Love to You if you want.
To you.
Some country motherfucker did that song too. Anyway,
probably Rascal Flatts.
Man, I gotta find this one. I'll find it later though.
The Blanco one?
No, I've got the Blanco one. There was a song that a dude did. It was really sad. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. Here we go. I'm gonna share it. I gotta make sure I share with sound.
Yeah. So this is Blanco Brown covering "Don't Take the Girl."
No, I think it's a duet. I'm pretty sure. I've never heard this either.
With Tim McGraw?
I think so.
Well, this is about to be one or two things.
And I looked
Blanco
it up.
Brown is a R&B/country artist.
Yes, and he has produced Pitbull, and I had it pulled up.
And fought them.
Chris Brown. He's produced Chris Brown and Pitbull.
Sorry, it was right there.
Boy, it was for sure. You got me good with that.
Oh hell yeah!
So bad. That was not so bad, was it? That was not so bad. That was not.
This is
so
like
bad,
an explanation video. Did I blow
yeah, of what he does. Like he's singing to honkies. Like, see, that wasn't so bad, was it?
Was that him? That
Johnny's daddy was taking him fishing.
Another thing I just remembered. This ain't the first time that McGraw's done this. Tim McGraw had a Nelly song.
He did.
Back in the day. Too sharp about that. On Nelly's album.
I forgot how weird Tim McGraw looks as an old man. It's because he's got professional athlete.
He's got titties.
Yeah, because he's ripped. His dad's an MLB guy.
He looks like Letterkenny Chesney.
Yeah, Barbie. He looks like Cowboy Kendall.
Cowboy Kendall.
Kendall.
Cowboy Kendall. Got it. Yeah. You're right. I was like, who the fuck is Cowboy Kendall? I thought you had a deep cut for.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that impressed.
I'm underwhelmed.
I'm completely underwhelmed.
Louis C.K.'s playing guitar.
Go forward a little bit. This if there's like a crescendo or something.
Wrapped her by the arm. Said if you
I'm gonna be real. He sounds like when black kids on TikTok make fun of country music.
Take my money, take my wife.
I mean,
yeah.
It very much. It's a weird song for two men to be singing at each other.
Right.
I don't know. Like without guitar, just standing there like arms barren. It's a bit. I was listening to Sam Bush I was listening to Sam Bush this week, and he's got this song on one of his latest records that's the hand mic killed country music. Like as soon as the artists in the front were they're not playing their guitar anymore, they've just got a hand mic. And ever since I've been listening to that, I'm like I'm no more when I see a man just standing there singing. I'm like, you don't you don't.
But you know what's funny about that to me is like a whole lot of them, maybe they've stopped by now, but for a while it was a thing. I get maybe because of that sort of opinion people held or something. It was
just
a thing for them to stand. They wouldn't even play. They would stand there with a guitar around them.
Yeah, not
fucking play it. Like play like 2 chords when the song starts.
That kind of hits for me.
And then just stand there holding a guitar, but just singing the whole time.
Yeah. It kind of hits for me.
You like that better than just the absence of
nothing.
You're like, listen, give us a little something. God damn.
I mean, it kind of looks cool. It's like they're like, I can't be bothered to get to this right now. I'm too busy hitting, but I do have it in case I really need to hit. You know what I mean?
My favorite thing about this podcast is we get 90s country and 90s Corey. Just fucking Too Sharp belongs on a coffee bag, and men ought not sing to each other. God damn it!
I have regressed a little bit in this episode.
Also, what about them pit bull fights? Y'all know who does that?
Buddy, I wouldn't
Come on, that was a redneck
one.
thing.
I know you hit.
I can see how all of it could have gone the other way.
He's got a album out called Honeysuckle and Lightning Bugs. I got to say, it's a great fucking album name for a country album.
For sure.
I will say, if you haven't seen the video, you must. And the second part, when there's an assault at the old picture show.
Yeah.
Guess what ethnicity the attacker is?
Oh no. My God.
It's some vague.
Is it the one ethnic... I picture it to be every time?
No, actually. I don't know if you can pull it up.
Like what I think by that I mean what I think in 94 country would have done.
Right. Yeah. It's right around right before minute 2. Yeah.
Actually, no, I can see it being an.
Ready?
Yeah. Let's go.
Up. Scary.
I think he's white. I think it just looks dark in there.
He was tan. I don't know, man.
I didn't
give it a second.
Did he have a Kango on?
Hold on.
Was it Too Short?
That was the end of that verse, right? So
yeah.
Should we go back?
Comes back, don't he? Yeah, he comes
No, he
back.
don't come back.
Here he does.
He comes back. They always come back.
Oh, he's black.
Mm-hmm.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a black dude.
God.
That's a black dude.
Damn,
damn it.
Come on,
By the way, that's a perfect lesson right there.
Can we get one more look at it, Drew, real quick? Okay,
You want to go back and look at it?
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
We can zoom in if you want, but that's a perfect lesson of why IDs don't work in fucking court most of the time. We're like, what is that guy? I'm not even sure.
Right. He's a black guy.
Yeah.
Go back.
All right, I'll go back.
Had he been a Hispanic guy, is there any doubt what Corey would have said just a second ago instead of roll that beautiful bean footage? The mode Corey's in today.
Hilarious.
Yes, I'm putting this one off on you. Hypothetically.
Yeah, right. Your shitty idea is now something I would have said.
Yeah.
I mean,
actually, I don't know now.
Is there another shot from earlier? Can we please just go back earlier?
It's the back of his head earlier, but I'll go back.
Because this is kind of important to me.
Yeah, enhance, please.
Yeah.
Enhance. Fucking enhance, Drew. Hit the enhance button.
I don't know how to make it bigger. Hold on. What do I do? What am I doing wrong, boys?
You just tap the keyboard a couple times while saying enhance.
Enhance,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's like you ain't never even saying
Command E.
Comanche.
Actually, Too Sharp for real. What is it he can do to enhance this?
You can't do that.
I know.
Okay.
Look at him. He's doing it. That's a black guy.
That's a black.
I don't know. I don't know if it is or not.
Well, this certainly is a jury of his peers. So
we're
going to
all
go with black, guilty.
That's
Drew,
the point. That's
Drew,
the point
you're saying
make.
earlier in the verse when he first shows up, we only ever see the back of his head.
I'm pretty sure. Let's look.
Yeah, I'm not convinced just yet.
Out. Well, my computer's freezing. There we go.
Yeah, further.
The point is, he's not white, clearly.
I don't know, man.
Well, if they did cast a white guy, they definitely cast the darkest white guy with like the biggest features that they could on fucking purpose.
Well, I mean, only white dudes shoot people in movie theaters, so it's not correct.
Yeah, they're getting mugged outside of it though, right?
Oh, right.
But why oh, well, then it's fine. No, I'm not surprised.
That's
I think
this
is white on white. This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Man,
I mean, I
they
think,
did a real good job of not letting us know.
But why would they like? I know.
Why would they make him ethnically ambiguous?
Yeah, as opposed to just. I know it was a completely different world then, but I just feel like.
Hold on, now let's look at.
I don't know, dude.
Now look there.
I don't know about that.
She looks a little turned on. I think he's black.
I think he's black.
I love this podcast.
Yeah.
I just saw a different angle that made me kind of reconsider. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a Eastern European thing going on too.
I know it's a completely different world and nobody gave a shit back then or anything. I recognize that. I just still feel like, I don't know, they would have had to go out of their way to cast a black guy in this role.
In Nashville?
In country music, in the country music world at that time.
Yeah, it's almost like which racism is it?
Maybe it's a white guy in blackface.
Right, exclusion or
they didn't want to hire a black guy, but they obviously wanted to depict reality or their reality.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, you meant their reality. Well,
their reality.
Guess we're never putting this episode out. Too short.
We've been on one this episode. You know,
that's mostly been Corey.
Yeah, I haven't done nothing
and
wrong.
then you throw it at Corey. And Tushar's always this way.
Tushar just brings this out of us, and
everything that I said, I can defend, and I was whatever the one you thought that didn't hit, I meant the other one because all of them they could go either way, and it's Tushar's fault.
It is. It is Tushar's fault. Tushar makes us this way, and he knows it. Like that's what he.
And if he fails, he just pretends one of us has done it in public all the time. That's my favorite game that he plays, screaming white power in our accent and then looking at us like you can't believe we did it.
Right.
Well,
that sums it up. Thanks, fellas. Love you guys too.
It's a good joke.
Let's wrap it up here before something worse happens. So I like the song fine. It is in that vein of you were talking about wanting to do different types of songs. The sad country song, the heartbreaking country song. I mean, that's a cliche that genre has earned. And this is an attempt at a throwback at one. I think it's a little cheesy. I think you do too.
Yeah, I would say it's slightly cheesy, but it's a crazy story this guy got away with telling. Like it spans a whole lifetime. There's death. There's attack. Like it's it's an interesting story, and I just like that they casted a minority in the middle just to be funny.
Minority in the middle. That was actually a pilot that CBS tried in the early 2000s. Yeah, it didn't really
don't
work.
Take the girlish.
And then they flipped it.
Primish. What about Tushar? Did you notice? I was going to ask you about this. Did you notice that he didn't offer his life in exchange in the middle part? Like he was like, God, you can kill me, but he did not tell the mugger, kill me, buddy.
Because he didn't want to have to deal with childbirth.
Yeah, he was just like, here, dude, take the money. But
he was like, yeah, he still wanted to live before he was married. It's pretty clear.
Y'all, what if the baby was the black guy who attacked in the middle part? And that's what they left out, man.
Tushar's the Tim McGraw truther. I can't wait to do Indian Outlaw with you.
God, that we're gonna have to wait like 20 episodes at least.
It's so funny that that's on the same album as Indian Outlaw.
I know, he had some bangers on there.
That's wild. I didn't know that would be a thing. That's a possibility.
Tushar, I'm sure we probably have. I know I've told this story multiple times, definitely on our regular podcast, but that at least the anecdote that I heard was that Tim McGraw's entire career hinged on Indian Outlaw. Have I told you that? The story goes is I heard it on like a VH1 program or CMT program. I don't know if it's true that Tim McGraw kind of like finagled his way into a meeting with some big country music record executive. You know, he kind of lied his way in there. He wasn't supposed to be there because he was a total fucking nobody and had no prospects. And he went in there and played that guy Indian Outlaw, and that guy signed him on the spot, was like, "You're going to be a star, kid," or whatever. And like the way the story was told, it's like he's in the lobby sweating bullets, you know, not supposed to be there, and he knows it all comes down. It all comes down to this song. And knowing that story and knowing in my head that song was Indian Outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw.
How hilarious would it be if they had given him a contract and then taken it back like right after
that? I can't wait to do that song today. But I cannot wait to do that song. Too short. Another thing you may not have known about Indian Outlaw, Lord Tim McGraw, is that his dad is professional Major League Baseball pitcher Tug McGraw, but they were estranged.
Yeah.
So it was not a situation where his daddy got him a contract. Like he had everything riding on Indian Outlaw, including proving to his dad that he should have hung around.
While his dad was not giving a fuck, banging whores and drinking highball whiskey in a hotel lobby, but they had a reunion and it made for a good song.
Yep.
Which song?
It was oh damn it, what was that? Tim McGraw song he dedicated to Tug McGraw when Tug died.
Wasn't it the 30 years one with my next 30
Live
years?
Live like you were dying.
That one.
Oh, that was a Tug McGraw tribute.
Yeah, when the whole video is Tug pitching and going through cancer and then dying.
That's
can I say something?
Here you go, fucker.
Yeah.
Can I say something? One of my favorite names is probably Tug.
That's good, isn't it?
It like because there's always like, what does that mean? Like there's always like within Indian names, or at least like Hindu names, there's always a meaning to the name. And
what's Tushar
y'all is either it means like the morning frost, calmness in the morning.
Yeah. I get the frost
cold
part.
morning
cold.
Cold.
That you don't want to get up and you want to be.
Yeah.
You want to sleep in.
Well, a lot of English names, like if you trace them back, there's meaning. But American names, anything that came about in America, no, son.
My daddy was a boat.
She likes pills. That's what it means.
That's what. Yeah, my name means, according to Drew, also like. Because I have a white trash name and it don't mean anything.
It's what her mom was snorting off of. What his mom was
snorting pills off of.
Well, yeah, nowadays you name your kid after someone who was named after something. Like you just like the name. But yeah, like Corey don't mean. I was apparently there was a little kid went on Johnny Carson and his name was Corey and they were like, that's cute. And there you go.
Yeah, but I bet Corey has meaning in like Gaelic or something.
It means hollow.
Really?
Yeah. Like the core.
Gaelic. And
Corey.
It means dweller in. It says dweller in or near a hollow. You're holler Corey.
Yeah. There's a big, huge void right in here.
Yeah. I believe Trey started as it's like junior, but for the third, if you're whatever the third, and like, do you think the nickname for that was Trey, but then it got bastardized.
I think your parents wanted to call you, they wanted to call you Tree, but just misspelled it.
I mean, they literally misspelled Trey, so yeah, it's not that far off. They decided on Trey and spelled that wrong, so sure. It's
oh my God, Drew is literally a druid name, and it means strong and manly. Oh my God,
no,
it
don't.
Part. Yeah, it does.
You're making that
up. I'm reading it right now. Sorry,
you're typing it on Wikipedia right now.
Yeah,
sorry, pill snort.
Tushar, what's the is there like an Indian equivalent to Tug? Like, are there Indian names that are
old boyish?
Yeah,
there's
like
Randy. Oh, he froze. Look at how he froze too.
Yeah, look at. Hang on, he'll come back.
And the poorer casts. God damn it!
Yeah, you broke.
All we heard was poor cast, and you froze.
Yeah, you're talking about poor people, so I definitely want you to circle back because I imagine it'll be good.
No, but like there was this kid in India, and he was one of our servants because you get servants even if you're not that rich because it hits over there.
And there's so many to go around. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and one of the guys' names was Balti, which is bucket. It literally is the noun for bucket. And it was the first time I'm like, yo, hold up. That is just apathetic name. It's just like, all right, we're just gonna call it something.
Yeah,
Mop bucket.
You
right.
had a slave named Bucket.
Yes, it did.
It does. Drew does mean strong and manly. Sure enough.
You think I was gonna make it up? That's what I go with.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. It also says, this is a very funny line right here. There have been Drews in several iconic movies, such as, 2 examples, such as Deliverance and Steel Magnolias.
Oh God, that's it.
Too sharp. Oh, Bucket. Did he have any brothers or sisters or anything? Like his brother?
Yeah, his sister Whore. I liked her a lot.
His brother Master's Wrath. They're just not...
Oh, that hit for me.
Oh man.
Tushar is but a humble mustard farmer.
Don't take the girl.
Don't kick the bucket.
Tushar, are there any country songs you do know already? Any at all from any era? Can you name a country song?
Used to make Bucket listen to David Allan Coe.
Bucket list.
Bucket list.
I miss my slave.
That's what you called his to-do list. Your slave's to-do list. Like, working on my bucket list for today. Yeah, starts off, rub my goddamn feet. Yeah. Drink the coffee with my face on it in here.
God, Jesus Christ.
Wait, what was the question?
Are there literally any country songs you know?
Oh, okay.
Before you met us.
Fuck. So if you pull, I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know them by name, but like if there's a lot of like Dolly Parton songs, Shania Twain, Garth Brooks, anything that's in major pop culture, I would recognize and be like, yeah, I know that song. I can sing along.
Did you say Garth
like
Brooks?
Garth Brooks. I remember Shania Twain being one of them that I really like, and like, but no one outside of maybe Garth Brooks.
Yeah,
we will get to Shania if we don't self-cancel this podcast. That's it for me, guys. I'm out of juice. I'm out of energy. You get last thoughts, anybody?
No.
I think the song gets 2 out of 3 Earnhardts for me.
Okay, I'm gonna give it 1.5.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with 2 as well because it really hits for me, but not in the like kick-ass way that we're.
Yeah,
you know.
it's the first one that hasn't gotten 3 out of 3 Dales.
Yeah.
Tushar,
how many buckets?
Give it a goddamn how many buckets?
Out of how many buckets? Out of 4?
3
out of 5.
3 buckets.
But I don't know how many you have. Jesus Christ!
I got backup buckets.
Yeah, buckets on buckets on.
My bucket's got buckets.
Yeah,
shit.
He keeps a few buckets. His bucket literally did have buckets. Oh my God!
I'll give it 2.
All right.
Just because a girl died.
Yeah. All right.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the last episode of Bubba Shot the Podcast.
Whoo.